channel. No matter which sports here, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Sports to the Bone family. Welcome, 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 my wonderful peeps. A blessed Sunday evening to you all. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you would have enjoyed the day. Yes, man. Greetings, greetings, my wonderful peeps. Yeah, quite a few things to talk about. Quite a few things would have happened since the last time we were able to go live. You know, just take your time and come in. Just hit that like button as soon as you come in. Share the show so others can know that we're on. Quite a few things to talk about within this 60 minutes. Just reminding you guys that the show will run for 1 hour. So, you know, we're going to try and get straight into the meat of things. As I am on, I see 16 people already on. Just go ahead, hit that like button and share the thing so the others can see that we are on. All right. Blessings, blessings. Shakir is on. Damian Smith is on. Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right. So a couple of things that we're going to take a look at in this live show. We're going to talk about a few of the things coming out of that independent review, if you want to call it that CWI published last week. We're going to take a look at the squad that will be going to Zimbabwe. Going to talk about that. Going to talk about the backroom staff, Ryan Griffith and Kenny Benjamin. They were named as assistant and batting coach respectively. So we're going to take a look at that. Earlier today, we had quite a few West Indians in the UAE getting amongst the runs. And I think we also had the ladies going down also at the under 19 women, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man, I think they played. Let me just see here. I think they played earlier today. And or was it yesterday? They weren't able to come up with a victory. Yeah, man. Yeah, we were actually restricted to what's that? 71 for 6. So things never really work out. But quite a few things on the schedule for tonight. Quite a few things. All right. So first things first. Let us take a look at a couple of things coming out of that. A couple of things coming out of that review, you know, for the World Cup. They according to them, they carried this out to diagnose the problem. And for those of you guys who heard the video that I did a couple of days ago talking about this, I think this was just something to basically just trying to get the public on their side to say, listen, something went wrong and we're looking to fix it. But what came out in this report is nothing that we weren't already aware of. And I just posted something in the comment section. And this is what the head of West Indies Cricket had to say. This is what he had to say as it relates to the review that was done. You understand? So he's saying that the quality of the report lends itself to becoming foundation of learning and planning culture and all sort of things. You all can see it there. But I don't know my viewers and subscribers. I am not happy because everything in this report, not only myself here, but people on this platform, plus people on other cricket platform, you know, would have indicated that these are some of the things that is actually holding our cricket back. So to see them spend so much money, I don't know how much money, but to see them spend money on all of them things to come up with this is just, in my estimation, it's just a sham to say that, you know, they're actually working. So I'm just posting that so you guys can look at what the head of West Indies Cricket had to say. I don't know if I should even spend any time talking about that foolishness again. Yes, let me just post that there and leave it. Back to the squad. I think this is the first live show we are doing since the squad or probably the second. So for those who aren't aware, this is the full squad here. Let me just go ahead and post it in the chat so we can take a look at the squad and think. I know you guys probably have your players that you think should have been in the squad and players that are there that should not make the squad. So once again, the squad, we have Craig Brathwaite, Jermaine Blackwood, Nkrumah Bonner, Tejnarayan Shandopal, Raston Chase, Joshua De Silva, Shannon Gabriel, Jason Hola, Alzari Joseph, Kyle Mayers. We also have Gudikish Moti, Raymond Reefa, Kemar Roach, Devon Thomas, and Jamal Warrican. So those are the players that they selected to take to Zimbabwe. And you know, it's today I was actually taking a look at this squad and I was trying to come up with a playing 11 that I would probably use, you know, a balanced playing, what I would consider a balanced playing 11. Probably not going to touch it now because I already have a video done on that I'm going to upload early tomorrow morning. So, you know, we can take a look at the squad here. West Indies under 19 women team is a waste. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, the young ladies don't have a lot of competitive cricket playing, you know, in the Caribbean. So when they go up against teams that have good leagues and things like that, you know, it's definitely going to show. I wouldn't put it that far to say it's a waste. When it comes on to under 19 cricket, if we can find female cricket, if we can find maybe 2 or 3 players coming out that would have performed well, then we would just get them straight into the senior team that is usually more competitive, you know. Blessing Kevin. Crick Lover says Johnny Greaves did a show with the guys over on Cricket Podcast. Interesting listen, the way forward for West Indies cricket, especially with regards to finance. Those guys always have plans, man. They always have plans, Crick Lover. They always have plans as it relates to what they are going to do and how they are going to do this. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm yet to see these guys really put certain plans in play that is developing or improving the cricket. From I am watching West Indies cricket till now, it has always been a lot of talk. Sports to the bone. Long time I have not been here. What do you think about our chances on the tour? Damian Harrison. All right. So as it relates to this Zimbabwe tour, I personally think we have enough in the squad to win the tour, but I am probably leaning to the tour finishing 1-1. It's a 2-match test series. I am probably leaning towards it finishing 1-1, but this is the squad right here. I think we have enough in there in Brathwaite, Blackwood, and you know, Bonner, Shandopal, Chase, all of these guys. I think that is enough to probably put Zimbabwe on the back foot in their home country or in their backyard. I am not going to take anything for granted and say that we're going to win it easily. I am not one of them that like to do them sort of things, but I think it's not a bad squad. I personally wouldn't have gone with 2 left arm spinners in the squad there. It would have been nice to see Rakeem Cornwall, the off spinner, get an opportunity, but then again, you know the whole issue with him and feeling and all of that. But I'm not too sure why they have 2 left arm spinners in the squad. As Sheldon said in the last live show we had probably would have been a good opportunity to bring somebody like a Yannick Correa, a leg spinner, and Gudikish Moti, you know, instead of Gudikish Moti and Warrican. But then again, you're probably going to hear that it's because Warrican is from the smaller islands, why I'm saying that he should be left and then they should bring Moti, and you know the whole thing already. Russell worse than Shepherd and Smith in death over. I mean, I'm not too sure if he's carrying an injury or anything, but yesterday it was definitely, was it yesterday? It was definitely rough. I think he gave away something like 50 runs in his 4 overs, and you know, it was the last 2 or last over that really you know, turn it bad for him and plans don't come into play. Yeah, they're always planning and we don't see the plans in play. What happens to Shea Hope, one of the best in the world? All right, so as it relates to Shea Hope, if you look at his ODI cricket, definitely one of the best in the world. Not too sure if he would have done enough to get back in the test team, but the same could be said, or the same can be said of somebody like a Rastan Chase when they actually put him back in the team and took him to Australia. I'm not too sure how he got back in that team, but I definitely understand why Shea Hope is not in the team. We all know that he's pretty when he's batting and he looks good, but if we should put that aside and look at his red ball cricket over the last couple of years, as much as how the Devon Thomas, the Nkrumah Banner, and the Raymond Reefer, as much as how these guys are not as pretty as Shea Hope when he's batting, if you look at the work that they have done in red ball cricket, it is probably tough to put in hope and leave those guys. Good night, Sports to the Bone. Big up for West Indies cricket to improve. Mr. Haynes must go. He biased and only picking his countrymen. Also, hold that Chase Blackwood shouldn't be on the West Indies team. They are all failing badly, says Kurt. I'm not too sure. Who are the Barbadians that are in the team that shouldn't be there. Probably Rastan. But as it relates to Blackwood and Jermaine Blackwood and Jason Hola, I am thinking they are probably a couple series away from being dropped. But I hear you still, Kurt. Sports to the Bone, do you expect any changes to the squad for South Africa? I hope so. I personally wouldn't have. I wouldn't like to see Banner going to South Africa. I think. Then again, if he goes to Zimbabwe and performs well against the spin, they're probably going to want to take him, saying that he's in form. But I wouldn't take him. But who are we going to replace him with? Who are we going to use to get him there? But it has been proven whenever it comes up against good pace bowling. I don't want to say he's a walking wicket like what the other guys are saying, but don't usually end up too well. I don't think we should have bring two left arm spinners. The same thing I'm saying, Douglas. Don't know why they did that. My only problem is Warrican and Reefer in this side. I would have picked King and Cornwall in it, says Lewis. All right. Last question before I leave for work. What your thoughts on Banner not being able to negotiate a short ball? Harrison, is the same thing. I mean, we have been talking about this for quite a while now. I'm not too sure in his mid-30s if that is something that they're going to be able to fix. If they are going to be able to fix. You understand? Because even the ball that hit him the other day in Australia, that ball wasn't supposed to hit him. He actually was hiding from the ball and got hit. If these guys want to learn how to play a short ball, they need to take a look at Tej Narayan Shandopal the other day when he made his debut, going up against those pacers. Look how the man pulled the ball. The man step across the half stump, get in line with the ball and pull the ball. These guys are trying to hide leg side and try and take their eye off the ball and try and pull the ball. That is the easiest way to get hit. It might sound contrary, but the easiest way to pull the cricket ball is to get in line with the ball and roll your wrist across the ball and pull the ball. Look at Lara batting. Look at any of the guys back in the days. Viv Richards didn't bat with any helmet and was good at hooking and pulling the ball. The easiest way to pull the ball is to step across the line, they have some get in line with the ball and pull the ball. These guys hanging out half stump, staying stationary and hiding from the ball. That is why they're getting hit. He gave away 25 last over. West Indies women cricket team missing Marisa Aguilera and Deandra Dutton. Very bad. Yeah, those ladies, they have called time on their international career. So we are hoping that some of the young ladies at the under 19 level will step up and get into the team. West Indies should win 2-0, but it's just a prediction. The game have to play to see. That's true. Sports to the Bone. Wasting your time talking about Cornwall and his own problem. No, the problem though, David, in all honesty, you see, in all honesty, when it comes on to Rakim Cornwall, my issue is the fact that we're probably going to have to hide him in the field. But if you are talking about him bowling and scoring runs, the off spinners that they are selecting, they are not necessarily outperforming Cornwall at the regional level, David. I know it's not the easiest to watch him feeling in the slip position and watching our keeper chasing down a ball. I know all of that. I know that, but I'm just looking at the wickets that he take and the runs that he scores in the 4-day competition. I can understand if he feels a way why he's not being selected. Hope test record is poor. He have to perform in the region for a test selection. Exactly. Hi, good. My 11 says Jacobs, Brathwaite, Shandopal, Thomas, Blackwood, Mayers, Da Silva, Holder, Joseph, Roach, Gabriel, and Moti. All right, not a bad 11. Banner and Da Silva know how to bat spin, and we saw that in Bangladesh, so that's why he's picked. Yeah, man, I understand the Zimbabwe carried him to Zimbabwe now. Don't compare Andre Russell, who is a legend and a GOAT, to overrated Romario Shepherd, so-called all-rounder. Anyone know how can I get highlights for ILT20 and South Africa? Usually on their Facebook page, the ILT20 Facebook page, they usually have a couple of clips there, not full highlights, but I usually see a few clips there. Sports to the Bone, what's your ODI and T20 squad for South Africa? Probably would have to think about it. And get back to that one. I rather have Smith and Shepherd right now in my team than Russell. Russell is not in my team. Whole of time is ticking. If he fails again, Hola, he should be dropped from South Africa tour, says Kurt. We have to, Hola, Russell still has his quality, but the problem is that he has always performed at the franchise level. And I'm not too sure if we're going to see Russell in West Indies colors again. Not saying that he's not capable of making the team, but with all of the bad blood and all of that, I'm not too sure. Bowen says, I'll rest Da Silva and play Thomas as middle order batsman and wicket keeper by starting 11. Brathwaite, Shandopal, Reefa, Thomas, Blackwood, Mayers, Holder, Moti, Alzari, Roach, and Gabriel. All right, Bowen, I hear you. I would only pick Cornwall for the slip position. All right. Sports to the Bone, Zimbabwe plans will be to get Tej and Brathwaite out early, and Zimbabwe will use spin to beat us. West Indies' worst nightmare. Sports to the Bone, Zimbabwe will win the series, says Kurt. All right. King and Cornwall should definitely be in the squad, and Cornwall is a very good slip feeler. The thing is, I keep on telling people this, he's a very good slip feeler, but not all the balls will go to hand. That is the thing. We can put him in the slip position, but not all balls will go to hand. You're going to have some that will drop short and some that will go wide, and then I am not a big fan of the keeper chasing down the ball, but I can understand him feeling some kind of way, after putting up good numbers in the regional tournament. As it relates to Brandon King, I was thinking that Brandon King, Casey Carty, and Alec Artanes would have gotten a chance, but that was before CWI recalled people like Kyle Mayers and Jason Holder and all of these guys from their franchise cricket. Blessings, Sashin, blessings. Good night, Sports at the Bone. I'm asking everyone on this platform to respect each other. I think he's saying opinion. Was in Sports Addiction Live last night, and a guy from Florida get disrespectful, and it didn't look good. That is the thing. That is the thing. We always try to make sure that people on here keep it extremely cool. You understand? I always try to let people know that we don't tolerate the disrespect thing over here. I mean, I like the debate, so disagreeing, I am happy with disagreeing, and I am happy with people having difference of opinion. But as it relates to bringing your opinion across in a disrespectful way, you will be removed from the platform. That is what I always say. I encourage conversation, I encourage debate, but when people get disrespectful and start to, belittle people because of their cricketing opinion, I remove them from the platform. So you don't need to worry. That won't go on over here. So my starting 11 based on the team that was selected says Lewis, Brathwaite, Shandapal, Brathwaite, Shandapal, Banner, Blackwood, Mayers, Da Silva, Hola, Joseph, Moti, Roach, and Gabriel. All right, very, very good 11. Only 16 likes. Come on, guys. As soon as you go on the live, press the like button. It is not hard enough, guys. There's a thumbs up button right there. So just before you start typing, just use the thumb and press the thumb up, the thumbs button. Pretty easy thing. Sports to the bone. Did you realize England not coming to the West Indies the next 4 years? That will be a big miss. The Test series is always one to look forward to. I think we were talking about it on a couple lives ago that we're not going to be playing them in the Caribbean for a little while. But it's always good to play England in the Caribbean, man. And I must say that on this platform we do good when we debating. Keep it up, guys. Exactly, because you guys know how we do it over here now. As I said, I like the debating, and I like when you guys disagree with my opinion and we go at it. But we're going to keep it civilized. That is one reason why some people, think that I like to push my opinion. But I like difference in opinion, but in a respectful way. Why are we carrying Raymond Reefer for a top order batter? He is not a number 3 test batter. We need to invest in King or a young player. The selectors don't know cricket. Chung King. No, this is the thing, Chung King. I personally want to see Casey Carty and Alec Arthanes getting an opportunity. But the reason why they are doing this, over the last couple of seasons, Barbados would have invested in Raymond Reefer as a top order batsman, and he has been scoring runs. Not a lot of people outscore him batting at number 3. I mean, he's not the prettiest, he's not a Shea Hope, he's not a quote-unquote specialist batsman, but we have an all-rounder batting at number 3 in regional cricket and outscoring most of the other guys. I want to see people like Brandon King, Raymond Reefer, Casey Carty, not Raymond Reefer, Brandon King, Casey Carty, Alec Arthanes get an opportunity as specialist batsmen, but guess what? They have to outperform these guys first. That is the thing, They have to outperform the guys. It is as simple as that. What we can do to get selected for the test team, Zimbabwe will smoke him. So that is the thing. You see, because they are thinking it's going to spin a lot over there. But I don't really like the idea of having 2 left arm spinners at all. I personally don't like it. But I don't stress it. I say it a couple of times and leave it. Because you're going to hear is that because he's from a small island, I want a Jamaican to get in there and them to drop him. People stay, but I wouldn't have brought 2 left arm spinners. And as much as Orastan Chase got some runs against Australia, his primary role in the team, according to what the selector say, is to perform as a bowling all-rounder, as a spinning all-rounder. And if he's not taking any wickets, I don't know. I personally would have gone with Goody Kishmoti as a left arm spinner and probably would have brought Yannick Correa. Which TV station bring the match? Omar McIntosh. The thing is, the match is quite a little while from now. I think the warm-up game is going to be on the 28th. So I'm not closer to it. I will give you an answer. But I'm not too sure. I don't want to give any wrong information. Sports to the bone. What you said about the bowling coach? Question will franchise get the job for coach in the West Indies? What bowling coach? I'm not too sure what you are saying. What do you say about the bowling coach? And it's a question. Will a franchise get the job for a coach in the West Indies? I'm not too sure what you mean. The bowling coach, Kenny Benjamin, he has been working at the youth level for a while now. So I personally don't have a problem with him stepping up and helping, in these two tours. And he has worked with Andre Coley before, so I can understand the chemistry why they would want them to work together. I feel like we should have sent a younger squad because this don't count towards World Test Championship. I probably they are trying to build some momentum going in towards South Africa, so probably that's why they did that. Will a franchise get the job for? I don't know if you're asking if a franchise coach will get the job for coaching West Indies. I'm not too sure. England coming twice, 2023 and 2024, and we make around the same. Oh. All right. Sports to the bone from Banner A. Age's batting style is his problem. That is why pick Casey Carty. Yeah, as I said, I personally would have had Casey Carty and Alec Artan is in my squad. You apparently something to do with the schedule and that kind of things they're saying. All right. Blessings, Mr. Lover. Warwickon and Gabriel should never get called. Too much chance for them. Personally, Travis, I don't have an issue with the Gabriel selection. With Jaden Seals out, with Anderson Phillip out, with Marquino Minley, I think, still injured. I don't have a problem with Gabriel. And going into South Africa, we're going to need the pace. I know he's old. This is my stance. If Gabriel is not 100% fit, I do not want him on the field. But if he's fully fit, I want to see him play in the warm-up game. And if he performs well, then we use him in the first test match, shut him down, rest him, and then bring him to South Africa. Allow him to sit out the second test match, and then we bring him to South Africa. I mean, Gabriel still has the ability to bowl fast. He still has the ability to take wickets. The only problem is whether or not he's fit. That is the only problem. But I hear you still, Travis. I hear you. I personally wouldn't have brought the two left arm spinners, though. Good evening, Sports to the Bone. West Indies need to stop recycling players and build a young team for the future. Anthony, I agree, I agree they need to build young team for the future. But this is it. The young players and the current players that we call old, they play in the same regional league. What the young players need to do is to outperform the players and get selected. The CWI say, listen, we select the team based off the regional tournament. Every now and again, you will have players that don't perform too well that they will use and try to build them. But the West Indies Cricket Academy is there to build players. But as it relates to the international team, they are not going to just put 6, 7, 8, 9 young players in there and just build. These young players need to outperform the quote-unquote older players. You understand? And that is how I see it. But I hear you though, Anthony. Arsenal destroy Manchester United today. Manchester missing CR7. No, we are not missing CR7. Arsenal just played some good football. They controlled the midfield. Odegaard and Saka, they were unstoppable today. We lost the ball game in the midfield. Bruno Fernandes was asleep. Scott McTominay didn't do much. Christian Eriksen was a little bit silent. Arsenal just outplayed us, man. Why not try and hope? He has class. I spoke about Shea Hope a little earlier already. So, yeah, man. King needs to play more tests. I will love to see him in West Indies test batting lineup, says Kevin D. This team is just as bad. West Indies will be embarrassed, says Godfrey. Harrison says Kyle after his double century in Bangladesh, he has not done nothing much, giving away his wicket. I believe he should be dropped and then fight for his place to come back. All right, I hear you. All right, I think Lewis is going to give his ODI team pretty soon. If we beat Zimbabwe and South Africa in the test, do we have a chance for a test championship final? I doubt it. I doubt it. And I'm not even sure if Zimbabwe series is a part of that. But I doubt it. I doubt it though. Bonner will be 35 tomorrow. Tomorrow. We got 2 ODI and 2 T20 series versus England. One in 2023 and one in 2024. We're going to make money from that, although we're missing out on the test series. Okay, Reed. Do you think the upcoming regional series will lay the platform for some new faces when India comes in the summer? All right, this is my thing. I want to see a couple of guys stepping up. People like Matthew Nanood, right? People like Imlak. People like Casey Carty, Alec Arthanes. If you look at Jamaica, people like Leroy Luck, all of these guys need to perform. But you know, the thing is, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if they are going to perform, because some of these guys perform well in their inter-squad competition, but when they go up against regional teams, they don't really perform as much. But I'm going to be keeping a close eye on people like Carty and Alec Arthanes and a couple of other guys. Kenny Benjamin has done a good job at the youth level. Hope he transitions well. I agree. Jamaicans and Guyanese get the most fight in West Indies cricket at Sports to the Bone. I don't know. My ODI team would be Hope, King, Mayers, Hetmeyer, Brooks, Holder, Karaya, Puran, Powell, Cottrell, Joseph, Hussein, Carty, Smith, and Kimo Paul. All right, Lewis, I hear you. Gabriel is one of the best bowler out of the West Indies when fit, so no problems there. All right. Sports to the Bone. Gunners played well today, but they deserve the the Gunners. It's tough for me to say they deserve the victory, but they outplayed us. We were on the back foot just looking to counter-attack, and we were just asking for trouble. They outplayed us. With Seals injured, Gabriel is a good replacement. Philip, I never rate him anyways. All right. West Indies need to have a B team for tests and have them playing regularly. See which one can make the setup and have test quality. See who needs to improve and see who can make it, especially for youngsters. I remember when we used to have the West Indies A playing a lot of cricket. Don't know if money is the problem now, why we don't have these players playing more games. Will West Indies ever see another Viv Richards, Brian Lara, and the likes? Not too sure if we're going to see anything like that in our lifetime. All right, 34. Question, what are your thoughts on the review panel discussion on your our early exit in the World Cup? Second part, will you agree with the 30 members squad that will prepare for the World Cup? All right, so this is something that I would have touched on before. The review, I could have done it, and any one of you guys on the platform could have done it. These are things that we talk about every day. All our yesterday have in the review panel, we talk about them sort of things. So that was a waste of time. Now, whether or not I would agree for the 30 players that they will select to prepare for the World Cup, I would have to see the 30 players first before I say that I agree. But in terms of the strategy of getting the core 30 players and then probably breaking it down to 15, I agree. That's a good suggestion. Also, keeping the retreat, the 3-day retreat, and talking with the players and things. I agree with that, but I would have to see the 30. Ian says, good night. West Indies under 19 women lost to Rwanda. This proves we are generally poorly managed and ill-prepared for challenges. Yep. Good night, all. Blessings, Sheldon. Lies, leewards and windward get the most fights, says Lover, Mr. Lover. Ambrose for bowling coach, says Keith. Larry Gomes for head coach, says Keith. I see Keith posting this a whole lot in the comment section. Anybody can tell me how active Larry Gomes is in the coaching world right now? This first class season will be interesting. I am looking at Hakeem Jordan, another good player right there, Mr. Lover, Hakeem Jordan. I am not too sure why though. I don't really like how they structure the thing where a couple of games playing in Antigua and then a couple in Trinidad. According to them, it has to do with scheduling flight and all sort of foolishness, but that don't make any sense. I don't know what they're going on with. Sports to the bone. The extra pace of Joseph and Gabriel will trouble Zimbabwe. I agree. Hopefully the surfaces will give us some encouragement though. Sports to the bone. The lady who stole Usain Bolt money should lose everything. And this is something that we have that we touched on a little bit. So for those who are not aware, the sprint legend Usain Bolt, apparently he's missing $2 billion Jamaican dollars, which is about 12 million US dollars from his account in Jamaica there. So, Jamaican people working magic as usual, being magician, making things disappear. Sports to the bone. Did you watch the video on Cornwall and Sports Addiction Entertainment? Cornwall finally speak out in selector picking him because of his weight. So the thing is, I have a video on that. The interview was done by, I don't remember if it was ESPN or one of them did that interview where they didn't only talk about Rakim Cornwall. They spoke about the guy from Pakistan also, Khan. They were talking about the weight situation and why these players are not being selected. I have a video prepared that I will post tomorrow on that topic. All right. Blessings, Javid. Blessings. Imagine West Indies under 19 and senior could beat minnows such as Zimbabwe and Indonesia once get from our reinforcement we lose. I agree with having a core group of players in preparation to the World Cup, both 2023 and ODI 2020 ODI and 2024 T20 World Cup. I have taken him. I have taken him to Zimbabwe. Last week I told you that West Indies need to sit down with players and have discussions. All right, Godfrey. Sports to the bone. What's your honest opinion on Banner? Do you think he can get over this hardly that he is going through at his age? Oh, I spoke about this earlier, Harrison. I would take him to Zimbabwe, but not South Africa. And as I said, at his age, I'm not writing him off, but it's difficult for him to get over something like that. The older you get, the harder it becomes to play pace bowling. So I wouldn't necessarily think that he's going to be an outstanding batsman where pace is concerned. The problem of batting spin is very evident across all formats and gender. Yeah, Azam Khan. Sports to the bone. Are you surprised that West Indies lost to Rwanda? I'm not personally. Remember, most of these girls haven't picked up a bat till 2022. Most likely had picked. Exactly, Supernova. I was saying the same thing earlier. These ladies don't get a chance to play a lot of cricket. You understand? And even in the game that we won, or the two games, it was the one lady, young lady, James. She was the standout. You understand? So it wasn't really like we were dominant in all categories or in all areas. Larry Gomes can teach the players to bat patiently, and I don't have a problem with that, Keith. But I see you keep on posting that he should be the batting coach. So I'm just asking if he is currently engaged or over the last couple of years, what sort of coaching he has been doing. Not saying that he wouldn't be able to do a job for us if appointed. Looks like future T20 captain Rahman Powell is in excellent T20 form. He was good in 2022, but we need it to continue into 2023 and beyond. It was Pollard versus Powell show in ITL. Yeah, man, Pollard getting 86 and Rahman Powell getting 97. Zimbabwe will use spin bowling to defeat us. Sports to the bone, it's not going to be easy to beat Zimbabwe. And it's never easy to beat any international team. So at no point in time we are saying they are walkovers. I think that Mayer should be rested for the test because he is vulnerable. He is vulnerable to good pace and spin. Well, the same can be said for most of the batsmen in the team, you know. Sports to the bone. When is the first practice match in Zimbabwe? I still see Mayers, Hole, and Joseph still over South Africa. So the first practice match will be the 28th of January. Today is the 22nd. So the 28th of January will be the they will start. Sports to the bone. Batsmen like Banner and Mayer should get a chance of scoring 1,000 test runs in the series. Let us see. I am not resting Mayers. I rather rest Holder. I rather rest Holder. At this point, Mayer is more valuable than Holder. The under 19 women don't play no cricket, so to expect them to compete is dumb. And it's the same thing I'm saying, Javid. You know, these ladies don't get a chance to play a lot of cricket. So it might sound a way, but if we can get 2 or 3 ladies transitioning into the senior team, I am happy with that. And the cycle just continue over and over because the ladies not getting a chance to play a lot of cricket. So if we have 1 or 2 or 3 of them coming through and going on to the international level, I have no problem with that. But, you know, question Sports to the bone. If you was the president of West Indies, how will you prepare for West Indies Men ODI World Cup for later this year? What you will do to make sure they get it right? I don't know if preparing for that World Cup for this year now, I don't know if there's anything much I could do as of now. I think that World Cup is in the middle of the year, but quite a few players, they are not under contract. So those who would want, people like Hetmeyer and a couple of other guys that we would probably want to come in to play some series leading up to that, they probably are not going to be available. But the ideal thing would have been to get in as much as I could, the better players, get them, have a sit down with them, iron out the series or the games that I want them to play, make sure they take part in the South Africa series, make sure we have a camp going with the core of players. But it's going to be difficult because some of the players that we would want in, they are not under contract. So, you know, it's difficult. West Indies need to pull itself from competitive cricket and build itself together before embarrassing us any further. We should reform our cricket at the local level, says Javid. Is it just me that's questioning why CWI pulled Alzari and Mayers out of the South Africa T20? I am sure they are enjoying it and probably feel they aren't needed to defeat Zimbabwe. We need balance with T20. You see, and that is the thing in a Supernova. I think it was Sheldon that was saying the same thing. For, you know, these guys might not want to sign a retainer in the near future, you know, because going into Zimbabwe, I'm sure that these guys would probably say, listen, especially Alzari Joseph, I am playing all formats for West Indies. You know, you guys are going to Zimbabwe, probably could have given me the opportunity to just play some T20 cricket, earn some cash, but they went ahead and pulled all of the players that are under contract. So, you know, going forward, it could be a case of the players saying, listen, we're not going to sign any contract, you know. But at the end of the day, we are building towards South Africa. So I guess they want the core of the players there to get start playing together. And once you're under contract, I can understand them wanting to pull you. Mr. Lover said the best news was Skerrit not running this year. Sports to the bone, did you know that Pollard get Ravman Powell wicket and then Powell get Pollard wicket? I didn't actually watch the game, so I wasn't actually aware that that is how it went. You know, I just knew that they both had good scores. Sports to the bone, the good thing about this CWI administration is that the under 19 women after this tournament will be joining the Academy for Professional Coaching. Yeah. So can you confirm how much cricket Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Indonesia under 19 ladies play? I have no idea. I have no idea at all, Ian. Sports to the bone. Since they are bringing Gabriel, I think is a factor of taking the most wickets. If it wasn't for Seals, I guess he's saying. Yeah, as I said, once Gabriel is fit, I have no problem with him being there. Brian Davis suggested for team manager if interested. I don't know much about Brian Davis more than I know that he is, he writes a lot of articles about West Indies cricket. Sports to the bone, what do you take on Banner hold a Blackwood chase if all these guys if all these guys fails against Zimbabwe? Would there be picked against South Africa? What do you think? I think these guys, as I said earlier, there are a couple of series away from being dropped. Banner, whether it performs or not, I'm not too sure if they would take Banner to South Africa. Blackwood, I'm not too sure if failing in Zimbabwe is going to merit him getting dropped. I have preached about Banner on several occasions. He's a specialist batsman in the team. He needs to score more runs. But if you look at it, apart from the captain, nobody scores more than him. So, the other day I was saying that Blackwood is a specialist batsman and he needs to score more runs. Someone said that he is not a specialist batsman and he must not be in the team. Sports to the bone, I will send you my ODI idea of 30 players for the World Cup, the ODI and T20 World Cup. All right, Mr. Lover, no problem. Sports to the bone, who is our batting coach? West Indies need to look to the future. I think Zimbabwe should be a perfect opportunity to bring some young players. So the batting coach is Ryan Griffith. Hopefully that is how his last name pronounced. I think Ryan Griffith is our batting coach. If I'm not mistaken, he is the head coach for Guyana Harpy Eagles. Sports to the bone. Remember, national team come first on duty once you on contract. I agree, Jacob. That is why I said once they're on contract and they call them, they have to go. Also, sports to the bone. I think Banner will be fine versus Zimbabwe because it's spin friendly. I just worry for Man versus South Africa. This is on a human level. Nakia Rabada and Ngidi are going to target him. That helmet. I agree. To improve West Indies cricket, first the territories need to improve their cricket. That is correct. High sports sports to the bone. Can I get some? Oh, Mrs. Sport. Oh, yeah, my wife in the kitchen cooking. Brian Davis was West Indies test opener, also played for. Yeah, we know all of that, Keith. We're just saying how what is he doing now in terms of working with cricketers. I know that he writes a lot of articles about West Indies cricket. So what I'm asking is, what is he doing now? Oh, he's saying okay. Yeah, he played cricket, but what is he doing now in terms of working with cricketers? Also, another thing, the review, as you said, could have been done by any passionate West Indies fan. However, what I do like is that they met up with most of the players and asked them how they can balance it. Yeah, that is true. Sports to the bone, as Laura name being mentioned for the coaching job, he is coaching in the IPL and well, he was part of the review panel, but don't hear them throwing around his name much. I hear Shandopal a lot, and probably because Shandopal is interested in the job, it could be a case of Laura not being interested. It is difficult to go ahead and take up a West Indies cricket. When you are making a lot of money around the world, being ambassador for this, coaching in the IPL, coaching in different leagues, doing commentating and all of that, you would definitely have to be passionate still, not saying that he is no longer passionate, and would have to believe in the project to take up that. These two tours will determine the fate of some players. Banner, Hola, Chase, Blackwood, says Mr. Lover. Kimo Paul, very overrated player, only failing South Africa, shaming West Indies, agree or disagree, sports to the bone. I wouldn't say that a player failing in T20 cricket franchise is shaming West Indies. I wouldn't say any such thing, because we would have had quite a few players not performing, and I wouldn't say I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say that. 158 viewers and only 40 likes. Come on, guys, like up the video, like up the live. I hope to see Cornwall on the Leeward side. More than likely, Cornwall will be playing there. Yeah, Cornwall more than likely will be there. He's one of the leaders in the team. Sports at the Bone. Next year, Olympics is in late July or early August. I think he usually starts in the latter part of July, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Sports at the Bone. Arsenal ahead of Man City by 5 points with a game in hand, but I still think Arsenal will mess it up at the final stretch of the season and come second. I think Arsenal being Arsenal will probably mess it up, but the difference is that this core of players that they have belief, they have drive, and I just don't know if the squad though is big enough to win the league. I hope dominates. All right. Jermaine Blackwood needs to be dropped immediately, says Robinson. The panel spoke with a lot of players, but apparently not Hetty and Lewis. Yeah, I see quite a few people asking why they didn't speak with those guys. Blackwood did good in 2022. That 100 versus England brought him time in at least until South Africa. All right. Would love to see Lara and Shanda Paul in the coaching. Hetmeyer say draw bridge. I forgot the name of the bridge in Guyana. Mess up his plans to go to airport. Sports to the Bone. Ambrose should have gone on tour as the bowling coach. Anthony, I agree. I personally agree. But then again, Andre Coley is the head coach and he is the interim coach, and he is going to ask for people that he has worked with before and people that he think will carry out what he wants. So it would have been nice to see Ambrose there though. McKenny Clark and Azar Joseph pace like fire. Yeah. I'm gonna jump on. Yeah, Mr. Lover, I soon let you guys in. Arsenal is on a different level. Man, Arsenal play some ball to them, and Arsenal drop some ball to the bridging. As a Manchester United fan, I can tell you the Arsenal outplayed us totally. Midfield, the top of the field, everything they outplayed us. Sports at the Bone, I think Blackwood is definitely going to make a century in this series. Ambrose is in Bangladesh commentating in the Bangladesh Premier League. All right, guys. So we only have a couple of minutes remaining. Let us just go ahead and let a few people on so we can hear a few thoughts before we jump off. Yes, Mr. Lover. Blessings. What say you now?
I'm here. What's up? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How's everything?
Everything's good. Okay, they work. I'm not sure if I've been here for the new year. I think so, but Happy New Year's once again, if anything.
All right, my boss. Blessings.
Let me just say that this two tours coming up is going to be the deciding decision on some players in the test team. Bonner, Blackwood, Chase, and Holder. Those four, if they don't perform in any of these two tours, they're likely to be asked from testing for India series and going forward. And yes, I say Myers over Holder because Myers is in a better form and more valuable than Holder at this point, other than the slip catching.
I hear you. I mean, over the last couple of months, we haven't really had anything from Jason Holder. A few years ago, I wouldn't imagine that we would even be talking about a next all-rounder displacing Jason Holder. But his batting has definitely dropped, and he's not as threatening when it comes on to taking wickets. But I still have him in the team. I still have him there. But as you say, you will definitely need to do some work in these two series to say, yeah, he's still there. He's not only interested in T20 cricket. But I hear you, Mr. Lover. I hear you. So is there anyone that did not make the squad that you think they should have brought, Mr. Lover?
Well, other than Brandon King, I would probably think of a Casey Carty. And instead of taking Gabriel, I would probably work with Akeem Jordan, who swings the ball a lot both ways. But I get the rationale because they pick Gabriel, especially for the South Africa series. So they're probably trying to give him much time and just his legs.
What are your thoughts on selecting the two left arm spinners instead of probably going Moti and then going Yannick Correa with a leg spin? You agree with the two left arm spinners?
Honestly, no. Warrican should have not been selected. I would have went for Correa or probably go for a Kofi James who bowls the off-break, who's the next best off-break bowler in the region apart from Chase. But
what about Cornwall?
I know they're not going to pick Cornwall no time soon, so I'm not even going to say nothing because if I was Cornwall at this point, since he's making money with USA Cricket, if USA Cricket approach him, I would just say, yo, Cornwall, do what you have to do. You have your US documents, so you can play for the US if you want to. So go ahead and play for them if you want to.
All right, Mr. Lover, I hear you. And as it relates to the guys that were appointed to be in the backroom staff, you're okay with that? Kenny Benjamin to work with the bowlers, and I think Ryan Griffith to work with the batsmen. You're okay with those selections?
Well, I don't know much about Ryan Griffith, but he's capable based on what I'm hearing. But with Kenny Benjamin now, I think it would have been between him and his brother for the bowling coach position, Winston Benjamin. Yeah. And I think any one of those two were a good decision. So, but I would have preferred to see Mr. Ambrose, but because he's in the Bangladesh Premier League commentating, I say that's right.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Lover, respect. Yes, Jaden, what say you?
Good night, Sports to the Bone.
Yeah, man, blessings.
I will give holder Zimbabwe and South Africa as the last test, as he reached this stage where he not to play test. He doing great form in ODI and T20s. We saw that in the World Cup. As for Bana, he dey on every team would have a lot of good pace hit list. South Africa, Australia, India. India ain't coming yet. India coming soon. But South Africa, Bana versus Nokia, Rabada, Onigiri. I want that battle to happen. I would have take just Bana for just Zimbabwe, leave him for South, and don't pick him for South Africa. It's time for a younger person to take that spot. Brad is either King or Kati. Kati love test cricket. Seeing how he does perform in the 4-day cricket. As for King, I want King in the test seem real bad. I go take out probably a Blackwood. Blackwood didn't do much, but I know Blackwood does always give a good 40, 30 or 50 day. And he's vice captain, but he had to step up to cement his place in the test side.
Yes, this is my thing, I agree. Blackwood needs to start scoring more runs because he's playing as a specialist batsman. And as a specialist batsman, you need to be scoring centuries in a test team, need to be scoring high 50s. But apart from the captain, I'm not too sure who else is outscoring him. Not saying I am happy with his scores, but I'm just wondering if it is already time for us to drop him. Yeah, Jaden, go ahead.
As far as I and them say, every time Bana go up against a good pacing unit, he always getting licked with some blows.
Who? Bana?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, man. We know the situation with Banner.
What about Shane? Hope have to perform in that 4-day championship. I want to back
Who?
in the test team. Boy, ODI average better than test. You have to come buy me ODI from Muki test from.
I tell.
That could have
Mhm.
a lot of potential for test.
Yeah, I tell people, Jaden, it is very easy for Shea Hope to get in the team, All he needs to do is to score runs. Hold on, I hear some feedback. All Shea Hope needs to do is to outscore the guys that they keep on selecting. Now, we all know that Shea Hope is good in ODI cricket. We all like to watch Shea Hope bat, and we will all remember the two centuries that he had against England in 2017. And we all know how pretty he is when he's batting. But it is easy. All Shea Hope needs to do when he's playing the regional cricket, outscore Devon Thomas, outscore Raymond Reefer, outscore who was they keep on picking? Banner, outscore Shamar Brooks, and the spot is his. It is that simple. All he needs to do is to all he needs to do outscore Devon Thomas, outscore Raymond Reefer, outscore Shamar Brooks, and probably Blackwood. That's all he needs to do. It is that simple. It is that simple. It is that simple. And he will get back in the team. Yes, Jaden.
I want Jesse Catchy in the T20 team.
In the what?
In the T20 team.
Casey Carter in the what?
T20 team.
To do what?
Anchor the innings.
Oh, God.
King.
Casey Carter. I am a big Casey Carter fan, but I want to see him in red ball cricket. Not too sure if I am ready to see him in T20 cricket at all, but go ahead and explain to us why you want to see him in the team.
Carty could bat real long in terms of ODI and 4-day cricket. He could probably anchor the innings and take the ones and twos because Brandon King is the only batsman right now who could do that. Poran could do that too if he wants. Same for Hetmeyer. We don't know the Hetmeyer problem. Poran likes to be a finisher, hit sixes and finish the innings of him style. As for King, still King is more suited as an opener or a number 4 batsman. What he dreamed of since he hero is Ramnari Sawan.
All right, I hear you. Hold on, I'm gonna have to research this. I heard Hope got picked for a BBL team for the remaining of the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a look at it.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. Today I was up watching football all day, so I didn't see any cricket news much. So I'm going to take a look at it. All right, Mr. Lover and Jaden, we are already over the hour mark. I know when the hour comes in, it seems as if it flies by so quickly. But I'm gonna have you guys go ahead with your closing remarks as we look to close out. Yes, Mr. Lover.
Okay, let me just say this. Akeem Jordan may not have the pace, but in those conditions like Zimbabwe, he can swing the ball. And that would be very good for us. Number 2, Shea Hope for test team. I have no problem with it, but he has to get his first class average up to 40 or 50. Also, he has to work on his flaws against the spin bowling and the express pace. Gets bowled too easily, and he nicks off to slips too easily when it comes to spinners in test cricket.
Do you buy into the argument of forcing him in the team by batting him at number 7 or number 6 and allowing him to keep?
Shea Hope cannot keep in test cricket because of his knee. Therefore, he has to make the team as a batsman or don't make the team at all.
I agree. I point it out, people keep on saying they are wasting Shea Hope and he's wasting this and that. But all they need to do is look at Shea Hope's test career and it is easy. West Indies test team is easy to make. All he needs to do, I just tell you All he needs to do is outscore Devon Thomas, Raymond Reefer, Banner, and Shamar Brooks in the 4-day competition. And he's back in the team. That's all he needs to do. That's all he needs to do, and he will make the team. All right, Mr. Lover. Yes, Jaden.
West Indies need to bring back someone like a Clive Lloyd to coach their teams. Lloyd was the biggest reason for that 2016 World Cup victory along with Darren Sammy.
Probably he's in retirement, maybe. Maybe, remember, those guys not getting any younger now.
Who is the one pacer that could actually match Charles or Joseph right now besides us, Shannon Gabriel? We have slow pace bowlers.
I mean,
Odin Smith has a lot of potential to bowl 140 is consistently, but lose some weight first. First thing, lose weight.
yeah, those guys can bowl 140, Bowling 140 and 150 and 140 is pretty good. But consistently doing it is that. I have never seen those guys put a spell together yet. A spell of 10 overs, a spell of 10 overs. Take a 10 minutes break, come back and give a spell of 8 overs. Test cricket, that is the thing that these guys will bowl the first over 145, 144, 143, and all of that. But they have to be able to do it consistently.
If Obed McCoy didn't have knee problems, he could have gotten into the test team.
Yeah, shin problems, but it's going to be interesting to see how this squad performs in Zimbabwe. And as I said, more than likely, most of the guys that are in the squad now, they are going to take them to South Africa. So that is definitely why they have them there. That is probably why they brought in pulling people like Joseph and Mayers and Hola out of their franchise cricket, because they want to make sure they are in good form for South Africa. So go and continue to monitor it, my viewers and subscribers, and as usual, just continue to stay tuned to the channel. We post at least 1 or 2 videos every day talking about cricket. So if you are new to the channel and you are not sure what's going on here, we post videos every day. So just make sure you are keeping up to date with all of this. Mr. Lover, thank you for coming on. Jaden, thank you for coming on. As you guys know, every now and again we try to go 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But we're going to cut it at the usual 1 hour for today's show. I really appreciate all of you guys in the comment section for coming out and having a chat with us. And as per usual, just make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed. Also, make sure you turn on the post notification bell so you can be notified once a video is uploaded. And I have a couple of interesting videos coming up. Tomorrow. Going to be talking about Rakim Carnwall, talking about the selectors, probably letting the selectors know that not everybody is going to be slim and trim. That is something that I'm going to talk about, plus a couple of other things. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel to hear all about it. Just hit that subscribe button on your way out if you have not yet subscribed. Big up on yourself, man. Yeah, Mr. Lover.
When are you giving your test 11?
Oh, tomorrow. That's coming out in our video. Video is already done. Just going to post it tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. All right. Blessings, everybody. Sachin, Supernova, Kurt, all of you guys that were in. Big up on yourself. Thank you guys for coming in. All of the schoolers that are on the platform, people like Jaden, Sachin, and all of these guys, just continue to hold up on your head, continue to get the schoolwork done. Big up on yourself.